Guys, Rich Hondra here, Shift Transformations. Today I want to make a quick video in the kitchen. We're not outside running around and doing all sorts of high-intensity workouts today. We're going to be cooking some food. So I wanted to show you exactly how I cook with a stainless steel pan and not have the food stick to it and make a big old mess. Some of the advantages to using a stainless steel pan is, one, you don't get the non-stick coating, which chips off of there over time and really detracts from your health. There's a whole bunch of information out there on that, some documentaries, and you can go check those out. But it really detracts from your health when you start eating the chemical they're using to make that a non-stick surface. Also, I do not recommend using cooking sprays. A couple reasons. One, they're using cheaper oils that break down under the heat when you're cooking. And two, they're using propellants. These chemicals are in there to make that stuff propel out of the can. So you don't want to be using that. So I don't use any of that stuff. I like to use good natural butter, grass-fed butter, and in this case I'm going to use a little bit of olive oil. Now, I don't usually recommend cooking with olive oil, especially at high heats, because it breaks down to very delicate oil. It's a good oil, but a delicate oil. I usually use it only for cold applications. All right, but today I'm going to show you how to make an omelet in a stainless steel pan, and I cook at very low heat, so I'm not really worried about it breaking the oils down. All right, so I'm going to show you how to do this today. Without any further ado, let me get into the video, and I'll just come back in and out of the video, and I'll tell you exactly what I'm doing, why, and the instructions you need to make a non-stick omelet and not be scraping the pan after you get done with it or soaking it in your sink for the next 3 days. All right, let's get to it. So I got the stainless steel pan on the stove here. I did turn it on now, so now we're going to wait for it to heat up. Very important now. So when you're starting to heat the pan up, you only want to put it on very, very low heat. So I have mine set on number 3. So you want less than medium heat. Okay? You're going to wait till it heats up, and then I'm going to show you exactly what I do to know when it's just right. So when you're cooking with a stainless steel pan, you have to understand what's happening when you heat it up. So there's little pores that are in the metal that when it starts to heat up, they open up, and then you got to wait for them to close back down after the initial heating process. If you throw your food in there right away with the pores open, everything is going to stick. All right? So there's a way to test this. You just get a little bit of water. You sprinkle the water in there just off your fingertips. All right? And when the water starts bouncing around in little balls all over the bottom of the pan, that's when you know it's ready. Okay? So if you just throw that water in there and just soaks right into the pan, that's how you know that the pores are still wide open and you're going to have a problem with sticking. All right, so I'm going to give this a few minutes. I'll show you what it's going to look like when the water starts bouncing around there, and then I'll show you the rest of the process. All right, so now I'm going to do the first test. I'm going to sprinkle some water in there and see if it starts bouncing around with little balls all around the bottom of the pan. And it just soaked right into the bottom of the pan, so this pan is not heated up enough yet to put our food in. Okay, now I'm going to do the second test to see if this pan is ready to go. I'm going to grab some water. And yes, now you can see how the water is beating up and just bouncing all over the place. The pores have now closed down. It is safe to add in our butter and olive oil, and then we're going to put our food in here. Put about a tablespoon of butter, and then I'm going to put some olive oil, and then you're going to want to just move that all around in your pan. Make sure every part is coated. Make sure you get the edges. Okay? That's all you got to do. Now dump in the eggs. Dump those in. Alright. Spread them around. Give that a second and I'll show you that there's no way that's going to be sticking to the pan. So I'll come back in just a second. Alright, so now we've been cooking for about a minute or two, and I want to show you that there's no sticking going on in here. That thing is just sliding around in that pan, no problem. Alright, so that's how you cook with a stainless steel pan. A great way to improve your health because you're not putting all sorts of chemicals in there, you're not getting that non-stick chipping off into your food, and you're cooking at a lower heat so you're not destroying your oils. Lots of good benefits from cooking with stainless steel if you know how to do it. Alright guys, so just take a step further just to let you know what I do with my omelet. So I will put a plate over it like this, and I never flip it over. I just let it cook with that, like that, let the heat collect in there, and it'll cook the top of it as well. And then what you can do is you can put some spinach on top, put some cheese, put some vegetables, whatever you want, and kind of steam everything right on top of your omelet. Never have to flip it. Then when you're done, you'll slide it right off into a plate. No sticking, no problems, alright? So I'll post some pictures here in a second of the finished product. So here we go. I'm going to show you. I'm going to slide this thing right out of the pan. Just take a spatula, stick it right under one side, and just slide it right out, just like that. No problem, no sticking. Alright, and as you can see, I added some mozzarella, some onions, some peppers, some spices, tomato under there. You can put whatever you want. Put spinach on there, but that's how you can make an omelet in a much, much healthier fashion. Not sure if you can see my face over there. But anyway, if you have any questions, guys, hope this was helpful. Stay tuned for more helpful videos like this in the future. Rich with Shift Transformations.